Hey friends, Nichole Lee here. Let's jump in and get some tarot messages and intuitive guidance. So as I feel into this energy that I'm feeling right now, it's like this metamorphosis energy, right? This shifting and changing who we are at a core level, right? Like I found myself really tapping into this like lighter and more fun version of myself. Like more childlike, almost, I want to say, not in any kind of negative way, but just lighter, more fun, more carefree, right? Less judgment for myself and others. So this could be significant for you as well. Perhaps you're feeling this too. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, right? I feel like part of this message is like truly tapping into the true you is literally the key to your next chapter, right? Because in all these readings I've been doing lately, we're already experiencing the closing of our old chapters and maybe even our old books, right? And starting something new, something fresh, something more spiritually significant. And the Six of Pentacles comes out. Okay, 6 is a number of harmony. Pentacles represent our material worlds. This could be our relationships, our material things, our money, our jobs, right? And this is, for me, about reciprocity. It's about giving and receiving. So for some of you, this could be opening up to receive more. I know a lot of us, receiving really has a lot of, really has a lot of ties to our feelings of self-worth. And really healing that idea of your worth is going to take you very far. Because, the truth of it is that you were born worthy. You will die worthy. You will always be worthy. There is nothing that you could ever do to not be worthy of love and joy and all of the things that you desire. And until you believe that, you're going to experience the opposite of it, right? The world. Yep. What was I just saying? Closing out chapters, closing out cycles, moving into new. And you may be, a lot of us right now may be in this space of, we've experienced the closing out, right? But we're not quite in the new fully yet, right? The new experiences, the new situations have not quite started yet. So it's this like voidy kind of space of, okay, now what, right? So there's value, what I'm hearing with this is there's value in really sitting in that space and being okay with not knowing what's coming next. Just trusting that you'll know when it's time to take action, or that, the opportunities that are meant for you next will appear and pop up when they're ready in divine timing, right? The High Priestess, yeah. 2, number of balance, number of alignment with our higher selves, connection, relationships, both with people and the divine. Because we all have different relationships with the divine, right? We all do that differently, which is great. It's perfect. But it's also really about trusting yourself and developing that, trusting ourselves and discovering our worth is sometimes our life's work, right? It's not something that comes overnight typically. It's not something that is always easy. And it's something that often requires leaps of faith or doing things because we feel it's what we need to be doing without having any logical explanation as to why we're feeling that way, right? So that's really kind of, I think, what this void space is about. It's about just sitting in it and trusting that we are guided, that we are held, that we are safe, that it's going to not be this voidy, weird space forever, right? The things that we need, the information is coming to us. And also exploration of ourselves. Like I was saying, like I've got this like new version of myself that I'm playing with, and it's super fun. I've also picked up a project that I started like 3 or 4 years ago that I haven't touched in a really long time. So there's, and while these things may not feel productive in the societal sense, right? They are productive for your soul. They are there for a purpose, for growth, for healing, for trust. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that made any sense. I don't know. I'm kind of out in the ethers right now, so bear with me here. 2 of Wands. Okay, so this is about future planning. I feel like the message is, firstly, remember your limitlessness. The only limits are the ones that we put on ourselves. And also, another 2, it's that balance between the physical and the spiritual, the mental and the emotional, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. It's that balance within ourselves that's going to create this momentum moving us forward to our next steps, our next projects, our next relationships, our next whatever it may be for you, right? Collective reading. But it's about being okay with not knowing. Normally this card would be about like future planning, right? Kind of getting yourself in that space of what to do next. But I feel like the message really is, it's okay to not have a plan right now. It's okay to not know what you're doing next. Really drawing my eyes to all the stars. And stars for me represent like joy, light, hopefulness, right? Ideas, inspiration, those kinds of things. So this is really a time, if you are receiving this, this is really a time for you to sit with yourself, feel what you're feeling. And if you're not feeling anything, okay, go meditate, write in your journal. There's always feelings, right? Even if we can't feel them all very loudly. It's self-exploration, it's self-discovery, it's inner standing, self-understanding. And this can bring up conflict for us. Because when we start looking at ourselves differently, when we start living life differently, when we start walking through our lives differently, some of our old relationships or jobs or friendships or habits may not feel the same to us anymore, right? Because we have changed. So this is really about kind of riding the waves right now, right? If something is trying to go, we're allowing it to go, because things are shifting and changing. And there is nothing happening by accident. There are no coincidences. Everything that is trying to leave right now is meant to. And everything that's coming in right now is meant to, right? We just had those powerful eclipses last month. I believe there's a new moon coming up next week, which is all about new beginnings. So it's like with the new moon, I'm hearing some of you, there is a new start in something significant for you right around the time of the new moon that's coming up. I don't even know the exact day that it's coming, truthfully. Look it up if you're interested in learning more. But it's just this period of change and growth and healing, right? We just got the 3 of Swords. This is healing. This is forgiveness. This is, I'm hearing letting go, right? So many of us use our external circumstances to define us, when truly our external circumstances are simply the byproduct of our vibration, of our thoughts, of our expectations. So it's not about allowing anything outside of ourselves to define us. It's looking within and learning what defines you by what you find when you look within, right? When you do that healing and releasing and forgiveness work. A handful of you, this is about forgiving yourself for past choices, for whatever. And there could be past life ties here as well. Things coming up for healing and releasing and letting go. It's largely a time of surrender right now. So it's very much about surrendering to the universe and knowing that you're taken care of, you're guided, you're held, you're loved, all is well. Yeah, Five of Cups. So with the Five of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Cups that are coming out here, these are traditionally challenge cards. This process is certainly not easy all the time. But when these feelings come up, it's our job to truly look at them and experience them and figure out if they still have a big grip on us. Why do they still have a big grip on us? So this thing that happened 10 years ago, why am I still upset about that, right? It's self-examination is what is happening right now in this time. Avoid. And it's like, the more you figure yourself out, the more you understand yourself in a deeper way, the easier your life is going to become. Because when you understand how you operate, when you understand why you feel the way that you feel, or what drives your ambitions or your motivations, you just walk through life in a different way when you have that deep understanding of yourself, right? And I'm talking like spiritual understanding and emotional understanding, right? The Chariot. Yeah. This leads to victory. This path of understanding, this path of healing is leading you to victory. So it's time to, if there's something that you've been avoiding looking at, or if there's something that you kind of brush it away every time you feel it, it's time to take a look. It's time to allow it to bring you the message that it's been trying to bring you all along, because you're ready now. You're ready for this victory. You're ready to move past this. You're ready to soar above the stuff that's been holding you down and holding you back and making you feel stuck. We're never actually stuck. I'm familiar with the feeling, believe me. But we're never actually stuck, okay? So this void space is actually a blessing. This space where this in-between, we don't know what's coming next, but we know we're done with that, right? It's actually a gift. It's actually a blessing. Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, right? Walking away from what no longer served. It's sifting and sorting. Not only things, people, experiences in our lives, but also our thoughts, our beliefs. It's really self-examination is the key right now. What do you need to know about yourself? Like, what makes you tick? What makes you feel triggered, right? Like, and why? And is that your truth, or is that something that someone told you a long time ago and it just stuck in your subconscious, right? It's self-examination. The Sun. Literally the happiest card in the entire deck, coming out after the Chariot. The key to your success in this life, the key to your blessings, your manifestations, your wishes, all of it, is within your self-exploration, is within your understanding of yourself. Because once you are stable and solid in yourself, you're unstoppable. You're unfreaking stoppable. Okay? So yeah, good things are really coming. 19 breaks down to a 10 or a 1, ending, new beginning, right? So the new beginning is coming. The new moon, like I was saying, could be significant as far as moving forward. But this path, right? We live in a free will zone. This path is completely dependent on you, and there's no judgment with that. You take as little or as much time as you need to process, to go through this, to go through this process of understanding yourself and your motives and your ideas and your inspiration, right? You've got to be your best friend and your cheerleader through this process. You've got to be your biggest fan. And once you get to that space of understanding, of connection with yourself, that's when things move forward for you. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Knights are about movement forward. And this exploration, this inner exploration will spill out to every area of your life as well. You've got victory and joy coming your way. I hope you're feeling some of it now. But there are gifts from the universe coming in. Your intuition is growing and will continue to grow the more that you practice this self-exploration. And there's balance here, right? You're creating the balance within yourself, moving past the old hurts and allowing yourself to believe that there are good things coming for you, because there are. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you for being here with me. As always, all the light directly from my heart into yours. If you would like a personal session with me, I do have some available. You can DM me on Instagram or visit my website at starseedintuitive.com. Until next time, my friends, take care.